Hello everyone, my name is Sky of 309 and I was abused by my mother growing up. A lot of people don't take abuse amongst men seriously, especially sexual abuse. Part of me doing this, I have to accept that there are people who will and there are people who do not only support the abuse or think it's okay, but I feel like maybe they have been abused and don't like other people admitting it, or they have never seen abuse themselves, so they don't understand how it could happen, and they create very ignorant perspectives. I mean, I currently have people who dislike bomb my videos. I know you can't see the dislikes, but Social Blade, you can see there's people actively disliking my stuff as and leaving hate on my videos, trying to help others and encourage others to put themselves in a safe environment. It's very messed up. With that being said, I'm going to talk about some very heavy subject matter here. I'm going to talk about the sexual abuse that I went through growing up. It took me a while to realize this as sexual abuse, but now I know what it is. So I'm a little bit dusty, I know. Whatever. I said run it. When I was young, my mom had shown me a GIF one of her friends sent her. She said, "Look what my friend just sent me." I don't know if it was a friend from work or something. She said, I don't know. And she showed it to me, and it was a guy swishing his genitals back and forth, with his hands behind his back or something, just swinging it back and forth. I realized that's not okay. I didn't know for the longest that wasn't okay, and obviously I was so young at the time, I didn't know it wasn't okay. But then there'd also be things like when I'm showering, she'd maybe walk in the bathroom whilst she is naked, to make me uncomfortable and scream at me while I'm showering. Keep in mind the house I lived in growing up was like a hoarder house. Of course, me and my grandma, who was never over there, were blamed for the house becoming such a mess. In reality, it was her own doing, So, yeah, she walks in this hoarder bathroom, naked, screaming at me about God knows what. I don't know what I would have done wrong. I don't know. But yeah, she liked to walk in on me while I was showering. She liked to come in while I was showering. Then there was also, she showed me, now I actually like this movie. I think it's a great movie. But that being said, it's not why it was shown to me. Nor do I think she herself understands the messaging of the movie. To be quite honest, I don't think that she knows what the movie is about herself. But it was called Naked Lunch. She showed me this when I was very young. Yeah, Naked Lunch. It's a movie with very sexual themes and sexual imagery. It has creative sexual imagery. The only way to describe that movie is you just got to go in and watch it, just raw dog that movie. The sexual stuff is not the main theme of the movie. Well, not really, no. It's not. It's a complicated and deep movie that is humorous at a surface level, I'd say. And I think just humorous regardless, to be honest. But yeah, me as an adult, I watched it with my best friend, and he too was like, what the fuck? But yeah, I realized getting older that this stuff does constitute as sexual abuse, and this may not be as, heavy as sexual abuse that other people have dealt with, which is another thing people will probably undercut it for. But at the end of the day, it's me realizing that something is wrong and acknowledging that later on, and looking back and realizing just how messed up that is. I hope other people too that go through things that they don't know what's happening to them is wrong, they can realize, this isn't right, or this thing, yeah, it's not right, what happened to me. And they can then process and start to heal from those things. Now, that's the thing, is you don't realize you're being abused when you're so young, or at least a lot of times, a lot of people don't realize that they're being abused. I didn't know that I was being abused. I go into somebody else's house then, and it's like, wow, he's comfortable talking to his mom and doesn't try to avoid conversation so nothing happens to him or something like that. There's the house is clean. He has he has stuff that I've never seen before. And it's it's just a shock seeing other people who aren't abused. And then when you start to realize you're not being abused, I feel like it's a natural progression. For me, it was a natural progression into realizing things aren't right, and one day just mindset switching and having had enough, yet still having to go through so much more. Other things that would happen as well is she loved to talk about how I would be sold into sex trade, into sex slavery, and that I would be sex trafficked and I'd get fucked in the ass and stuff like that. She would talk about how I'd be taking dick up the ass and everything like that, and I'm so fucking stupid, and things like that. Yes, as a young child, she would say these things. So, to that guy who said he would show me who a real man is, for standing up to my mom, good on you, man. You'd beat the shit out of a young child being told that his future is getting fucked in the ass by sex slavers. Yeah, that's awkward, huh? But, yeah, and just so this is the type of stuff that, you guys defend. Not you guys as in the main viewers, but those few sick people out there. And then there would be things that she would do that she just could have done easily somewhere else, no problem at all, but did in front of me. I'll show you a video here. I know she is drunk, but she is doing this in a place where anybody can see. And at this point, I was in record the abuse mode. So, this wasn't enjoyable for me at all. And as you can see, she's laughing in the video as well, finding this humorous, as she tends to find her abuse.
What?
Excuse me, why are you in the kitchen with your pants down?
Because I had a little accident.
Okay, so why are you taking care of that in the kitchen?
Because I had an accident and you were in the bathroom.
There's another bathroom.
Well, I don't want to wake Tony up. And my pad was...
You're gonna be going in there anyway. Then this is not a place to do that. This is a kitchen. Fool.
Well... Go to bed.
Mm-hmm. Drunko.
Good night.
Drunky. And I wasn't in the bathroom. I am now, though. And then I will show you another clip of us in her boyfriend at the time's trailer, by the way. Now, keep in mind, this guy, I don't think he's necessarily the worst guy, but I'd say just because of him contributing to the abuse, I'd say, fuck that guy. Definitely not even close to a man, There was a time where I was in the shower and I was only in for a minute. I had just gotten undressed. And my mom immediately started banging on the door, saying, "Get out! Get the fuck out of there! Get out! I want to take a shower. I need to take a shower. Get out! I'm taking a shower. Tony, get the key. get the key. He goes to get the key to the bathroom, and she's telling him to unlock it. You better not open I'm like, you better not open that door in here while I'm naked. You better not. Don't open this time. I said I'm naked. I'm naked, Fucking. And so, fucking, when I just barely get my clothes on, right? I then open the door as he's putting the key in the hole. Meaning he was going to be willing to open that door with me naked in there. Keep in mind, this is my mom's boyfriend. It's not my father. Not anything like that. And even if it was, that's still crossing a line. But he was going to unlock the door. A stranger, basically, was going to see me naked. If that isn't predatory or contributive to abuse, tell me what is. He just wouldn't be able to push back against things. Like, for example, one time she was screaming at him for something or yelling at him, dogging on him. I said, you're the new me, bro. You're the new me.
He's the new me. I'm 18 now, and I'm working on my life and getting better and getting a job. When I'm gone, he's going to be me. He's going to be the new fucking punching bag. Holy shit. It's the new me. Oh, my God.
The punching bag.
Oh, my God. It's the new... Oh, he hasn't been there my whole life. Oh, my God. He hasn't been there He hasn't been there my whole life. Oh, my God. He's my replacement. He's my replacement.
You can leave now.
He doesn't even know.
You're going to be the one getting abused instead of myself. And I'm going to be out of here and you're going to be left with this. So congratulations, She goes, Tony, is he abused or whatever? I'm abusing him or whatever. Or like, I don't know. They both start laughing at me. He starts laughing at me and she starts laughing at me for pointing out all of the abuse going on and everything. Just because he's trying to deflect the pressure off of himself and put it onto me, the kid in this scenario, so that he does not have to deal with it. That is not how a real man would react to that situation. And I promise you, I see abuse going on. I'm not going to just stand by. No. I'm not no bitch like that. But here's a clip of when he was being the femboy that he is, not being able to push back against whatever. And my mom, Tracy, is being her.
So, just to clarify for the parole board once again, you are claiming that your father threatened to, quote, eat the living...
smell like wine.
Wine? Why would I smell like wine?
That is correct.
Why?
Police have claimed that the prisoner told you that if you didn't, and I quote, jam a bunch of stuff into your butt, he was going to abuse so hard the room would stink. Then, he was going to...
So, yeah, that's just, I wish I could have gotten more footage of the, sexual abuse stuff, but unfortunately, I was very young when this abuse started. That's why it makes it so interesting to me when people say they would, beat my ass for standing up to my abuser. Like, at what age? I was abused from the very young age, So, yeah, and I know me as a man talking about this, there's going to be some people who have some things to say about this probably. I'll be very surprised if they don't, but who knows? Maybe it'll be refreshing. Things have been quite more refreshing on here than I had expected, to be fair, with the people who majority comment on my videos and such. I've loved the positivity. It's been amazing, and I'm glad that I can share my story with people and let them know they're not alone, truly, And all the hating that does is just inspire me to go harder. And give me more reason to go harder, because it shows me that there's still people out there who do not take abuse seriously, and will even actively help somebody be abused. So hopefully this does something, putting it out there, if anything, just to show people that they are strong and, they don't have to stay silent either. And please don't stay silent. If you're being abused, get help as soon as you can. Look for resources, scream and shout, whatever. Just put yourself out there, let it be known, and get out. By any means necessary, get out. Maybe not any means necessary. You still want your freedom. But, abusers, they drive people to that point. So, anyway, though, thank you guys for letting me tell you this story. It gets difficult, but I'm healing, and there's a lot of people out there who need to start. And I'm going to show them that it's possible, because it is. I believe in you. Seriously, if you are being abused, I get emotional when I talk about this, every time I talk about it in videos. But legitimately, there are people out there who are what my mask is representative for. People out there who are unknown, being abused in the shadows. Nobody knows their story. Nobody knows what they're going through, or nobody believes them. And it's all suppressed and hidden and locked away. There's a lot of people like that, going through that, I should say. And we just got to love one another, man. Be kind to one another. You never know what someone's going through. And keep a lookout on your loved ones, make sure they're okay. And if you are being abused, just know that I care about you and I believe in you. You can make it out of this. Not you can, you will make it out of this. So long as you try, I guarantee you will succeed. No, try not. Do or do not. There is no try. Seriously, don't try. Do it. Do everything. Be loud. Be persistent. Take notes. Take videos. And yeah. Thank you guys for giving me your time again. I appreciate it. This is Sky of 309 signing out. Please stay safe. Take care of the ones you love. And if you're watching to this point, send one of your family members an I love you message. And if you guys want to see my less serious content as well, you can check out my Twitch, and my TikTok has some of it. But yeah, mainly on Twitch is my less serious content. And if you want just some updates and stuff, my Instagram is available as well, all at Sky of 309. And like, subscribe, and share if you think my story is worth sharing. I think that we can make a huge positive impact. I'm very tired. I hope that this didn't end too poorly, and I'm going to be editing like a video that's not even usable. Ugh. All right. Take care, everyone.